Hello YouTube Stackers. This is ST with Silver Stacking 101. One of the themes of this channel is survival, because disasters will befall us. Remember the rule of threes. We can survive about 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Now, I have preached incorporating silver into your personal survival plan for long-term survival. This series will look at short-term survival through a case study analysis of the people that went through Hurricane Irma in Florida. This is by no means an exhaustive case study analysis, and it's only people that I am familiar with and the events I am personally familiar with. Prior to landfall of Hurricane Irma, I started listening to several channels on Zillow. If you don't know, Zillow, Z-E-L-L-O, is an app that is set up to turn one's smartphone into a two-way radio, assuming one has internet or cell access. Several channels were set up to deal with Hurricane Irma and communicate to people in its path. Some people did an awesome job setting these channels up. It allowed me, as an eavesdropper, to listen to the concerns of the potential victims, knowing that they are in the path of this horrible storm. Notice some interesting things. First of all, this is not really funny, it's sad. The number of people that were getting drunk prior to landfall. This was an event that could cause one's roof to fly off, house to flood, and one to have to think quickly for their survival. Getting drunk was probably not the best idea. The second thing I notice is the lack of common sense that went out the window prior to landfall. One lady on the South Florida channel was very distraught because she was unable to purchase bottled water to have for the hurricane. A helper, one of the people on the channel, decided to give her instructions on how to drink her own urine. Apparently this boy's been reading way too many of those double knot super secret agent man spy books. Yes, it's theoretically possible. One would never do it when one has access to any sort of water. That is a desert survival. It works only in theory, because usually by the time someone's that desperate, they can't make urine anyway. This further upset the lady. She was actually paying attention to how to drink her own urine. I tried not to key up the mic, but I had to key up the mic for this. I said, "Ma'am, are you at home?" She was. "Are you going to be at home during the storm?" She was. "Okay, do you have Rubbermaid type containers, pots, pans, anything that'll hold water in your kitchen?" She did. Now, South Florida water sucks, I know, and tastes, but it is potable. I said, "Ma'am, go to your kitchen faucet and fill up everything you can with water that doesn't currently have anything in it." The helper guy came by, "Oh yeah, you could do that too." Do that too, as opposed to drinking her own piss? Not really a choice there, is it? So, people, common sense goes out the window when they are facing a disaster. She couldn't buy water. She was going to go without water during the disaster. She had a faucet that dispenses potable water in her house. Now, granted, after the disaster, the faucet may not work, but it gave her time now to prepare for that. There was nothing wrong with the water at that point coming out of the faucet. Fill up your stuff. We see studies that 90% of the American public will die within a year following an EMP attack. You wonder why? Crap like this is why. Another issue I want to talk about during these videos is Florida was pretty much took the blunt of Hurricane Irma. The rest of the southeast was not affected. Winds, so forth, but nothing slowed down the rest of the southeast. So it's pretty much a localized disaster. I have talked to people in the area what they didn't have, when they got stuff back, what's still not back. Sunday, I'm going to do an on-location video from Florida. And we are going to interview somebody that went through Irma and what they didn't have for the week following Irma. And they're not in one of the worst hit areas. We'll look at what's still going on, the lack of response. Guys, if you're depending on the Red Cross, talk to anybody that's been through a hurricane and see what they got to say about the Red Cross. The Red Cross is a great, great fundraising organization. It just don't really get to where it's supposed to go. And when you say something about the Red Cross, people act like you're talking blasphemy. But not really. The Red Cross seriously sucks. FEMA, do you want to depend on the federal government for your survival? Good luck with that. And this is a localized disaster. This is not something that is affecting many states. So guys, Sunday's video should be good. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment, agree, disagree. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you Sunday from Florida.